to my end of year hobonichi flip through. This video is about to come out right at the end of the year, if not the start. I can't really tell right now as I'm recording this voiceover in real time. This flip through will be mostly unscripted, much like the last one was, and of course I will be editing and cutting some things out though. And also some pages will not be shown like I said in the last one because they're either personal to me or I would just prefer to keep them to myself for any other reason. We also do have a new background going on here. I'm filming this on my desk instead of the little wooden thingies I did last time. It's more comfortable for me like this, so I hope it doesn't bother anyone. So without further ado, I'm just gonna open this thing up. The last time we left off was in July, I think, so let me just locate. I'm gonna start off with the square spreads as well, so that's what I'm gonna be looking through first, but obviously, yeah. Okay, here we go. This was the square spread I remember I was most unsure about. I wanted kind of like an elegant theme. I'm not really sure if I achieved that, but either way, it came out like pretty cute. I don't remember much about this month. I even wrote that I have no memory at some point. You can see that there's some squares where I just kind of wrote the most mundane thing and called it a day. Overall, sadly, I don't think I really had much to say about July. Honestly, I wonder if it was because I didn't feel well at the time. I feel like I don't really get seasonal depression in the winter. I feel like it's always summer for me. But yeah, July was just July. It was nothing special, so we're kind of starting off on a lame note, other than this pretty mermaid spread being those. This mermaid spread is honestly probably the most interesting thing about this spread and this month. And then after that was the August spread. Honestly, in August, I like the August theme a lot. August is my birthday month, so I made it like a green clover theme because the birthstone of August is also peridot, I believe, which is green. And at the time, I was super into clovers as well. I think I actually drew a clover Miku in the later pages during the spread. She's like a Miku design that I had an idea for. But you will see that soon when I'm past the square spread section of this video. I even wrote here that August has a green vibe. I was, sick again this month. This planner actually helped me track how often I got sick this year, which has in total been 5 times, including now, and I think that's kind of silly. It's just I don't know, it's just something I noticed. My birthday's on the 31st, which is actually also Miku's birthday, so that's why I drew a little Miku here. I feel honored to share a birthday with such an icon. I also think Wonyoung from IVE has his birthday. Anyway, but, so, also, around this time, I also started college, so from this point, I will say it got a lot harder to fill squares and actually commit to my hobonichi, because I was honestly so overwhelmed with it. It didn't work out in the end, because the commute was quite unreasonable. I don't live in a very exciting area, I live in a really small area, so everything is basically far away from me. But I gave it a try at least, and dealing with all of that though, and all the work and everything there, I just had a lot on my plate. I had a lot of other things going on in my life. Even here, I think I write about how I struggled with change and feeling behind, because change is something I also really struggle with a lot. It makes me really emotional and I don't really understand why. And then September was the month I dropped out, which even sounds really disappointing to say, but fun fact, even that change made me sad again, later on. So I was I fell into kind of a slump at the start and then also at the end. I actually really love the September spread. I think it's so colorful. It's so autumnal, you know, I think it came out exactly the way I wanted it to. I don't have a vision when I do these spreads, by the way. When I go in, when I decide a theme and then that's it, but then I just, whatever happens. But anyway, I started my clay drop this month. I got sick again this month. Oh my gosh. And then also one of the worst days ever happened to me this month. Um it has to happen now and again, I guess. You know, no one's free from trials and tribulations of life, but uh, it was, I think, when I was trying to figure out like a balance with this college thing. But unfortunately, you can't like predict train cancellations. And on that day, I also started my period, and my periods are really, really rough. Like, I go through really, really excruciating pain during it. And although I have like pretty strong pain meds to help with it, they also have side effects like nausea. Like, obviously, you know, it's not just like, oh, you know, no pain, yay. And I just don't feel 100% myself either way. So I started that day with a huge argument with my family because my dad really upset me. And then my train was cancelled, so I couldn't like get to my campus. It's not like a big deal to me now, but I was so upset that day. I was like, it was like one thing after another going wrong. I was so emotional. I wanted to cry. I think I went into like, we have this store and it has like a bathroom, like this grocery store, and I went into the bathroom and I just cried. It's really embarrassing. I was so sore as well. But anyway, sorry, there was like kind of like a personal ramble. But if anything, if you also go through like really, really rough periods, then my heart is with you, and I hope you feel less alone because this actually sucks. And I also don't want to sugarcoat that though. Like, I'm a girl and this is like a part of my life, and you know, this journal is about my life, so you know, whatever. But like, anyway. Um, I also wrote a little motivational message for this month. I knew it was gonna be a difficult month, so maybe I manifested that or something. Like, but the reason I felt that way was exactly like because of the change aspect. I knew that I was already gonna drop out because things were gonna be hard, or at least I was already thinking about it. So, in some way, I kind of anticipated that this change was going to like affect me again. But and also I just had a lot of like plans for this month. Like, again, I started like my clay drop and stuff. That was stuff in my head I already knew that I wanted to do. But so I just knew that this month was also simultaneously going to be like really busy while I'm like dealing with kind of the emotional fluctuations of like change. And also, like, side note, like, I know that me saying this sounds kind of trivial, like, well, life is all about change. Like, what do you mean, Noemi? Like, I don't know either. Look, I don't know either. I just change, especially sudden change, makes me really, really emotional. I find it really hard to deal with, even if it's positive. I don't like that about myself. I don't know how to deal with it as of right now. It's just kind of something I have to power through, and I just have to wait until my feelings about it kind of, um, what's the word, fizzle out, if you will. But, yeah, so this was September. Um, and now we have October. I I made another positive message. I give all my rough months the positive message section. I swear to God, maybe I should stop doing that because I feel like that symbolizes. Okay, actually, I'm wrong. I'm kind of lying. I filled this spread was actually really empty for most of October. I filled this spread in at the end of the month. Um, as you can see, most of these squares are empty. September wasn't a September didn't start off to a great start, but October was a really rough month. I even wrote October was rough dot dot dot. So when I was like filling the spread in the like near the end of the month, this was like me trying to find positives, me trying to find like the light at the end of the tunnel, because I was just fed up of this month. This month was just not really good. So much things happened that were just negative. I got into arguments with people. I just This month was just really not great for me. I felt unmotivated too. There was honestly, I don't even think I had anything to like fill these squares with, because like there was just nothing going on. I was unmotivated. I was just tired. Also, I think at the end of September to like the start of October, because if you remember, I noted that I was sick in September, and I don't remember much of that. I don't know if it was like, I think it was like a mild sickness, but I remember something about like the start of October. The sickness like came back. Like, I just remembered distinctly that like the first day of October I felt really ill again. Um, it was like for a day and then it like went away. I'm really not sure what that's about, but either way, October didn't start off on a great note. Um, there was nothing exciting happening for me that time. I was really motivated. I didn't feel productive. I didn't get anything done. And like now that I look back on this and September, um, I feel like in September and like August and stuff, all that stuff was happening, and it was like a lot for me. Um, and I think maybe my mind just needed rest. I don't know. Maybe that's why this month was so uneventful. But anyway, I think towards the end of the month, um, I regained some motivation because obviously, like, I went back to fill in this spread. This is my little Halloween costume. So every year for Halloween, I actually I dress up just to celebrate. I don't really go anywhere because there's nothing. Again, there's nothing going on where I live. Like, there's just nothing. I live in a rural area. Like, that's why I honestly don't do like vlog content because like, what am I gonna go vlogging about? Going into the forest? Like, I mean, I might. I'm not putting that. I'm not. I'm not putting that down. But anyway. Less about that and more about this actual spread. I feel like I'm just rambling. I'm in such a rambling mood. Oh my gosh. Okay. So back to that. Yeah, this was like a Halloween costume. There's a little page where I include like some pictures of the actual makeup. It was like kind of moth inspired, but I'm not like dressed up. I'm just kind of wearing my loungewear in this, and I'm hugging like my Choco Cat plushie. It was inspired by Is She Hungry's makeup look on Instagram. If I'm editing, maybe I'll like actually show some examples of like my makeup in like. I'll just like edit something for this anyway. And yeah, that was like just my way of celebrating. It was really fun. That's how I like to celebrate. That's how I like to do things. Um, yeah, this spread has like an abundance of Choco Cat in it as well. As you may know from my last flip through, he's my favorite Sanrio character. I just love that silly black cat. I wish I had more merch of him. This one is actually this plush is actually the plush they have with Build-A-Bear of him. So yeah. Also, again, there's just so many like I ruined my sleep schedule this month. My sleep schedule kind of became really bad again, which in my last video I was like, wow, like I fixed my sleep schedule, and it was so great. Life is so good. I'm so good at sleeping. But yeah, that kind of let's just say that I'm on a journey to fixing it again, which we might be getting somewhere with this because I did wake up at like 8 a.m. today and I did sleep a little earlier, but it got a bit bad. Like I was sleeping at 4 a.m. every day, which is obviously not good, but and I guess, yeah, my final thoughts on this month. The spread is okay. It's not my favorite. Life blows sometimes. Yeah. So yeah, moving on, finally. So November was a much more motivating month for me. I actually really love this spread. It's not as colorful as the others, but I don't know if you can tell the theme here. I was going for like I can't describe it. I was going for a simple look. I was going for like just like I was using these like wrappers from packaging. It was mostly focused on like things that had a very minimalistic kind of vibe to it, like very black and white, like these stickers and stuff. This Toro cat. I used some band-aids. I actually put powder on these though, because these band-aids are like sticky at this part, so they were like the pages were like sticking together. But yeah. I wrote hopefully a fresh start. This was at the start of the month, so I was back on my hobonichi game, I was like motivated again. I was like, I can't have a repeat of October. Like, I really need to I need to get to doing stuff again. Like this, I cannot be living life this way. Like, October was a nice little rest, but I need to I need to get back like on the grind or whatever it's called. Anyway, some of these squares are pretty nonsensical. I don't think they say much about my day. Also, obviously my shop update happened this month, so I got quite busy, but most of the time I was like on top of things. I was like at the very least doing a little doodle or whatever, you know what I mean? I cut my hair over the sink this month. I gave myself a little bob. Um, so that was something. Um, that was really impulsive actually, and I later go to the salon and get this fixed because I literally just I don't know why I did that. Anyway, here is me being poetic, being like, I'm learning to be more present. Oh, yes, you are. Oh, yeah, also, I put a thing here that was like, and that video was right about November. Okay, so this is gonna sound really like stupid. Well, I feel like some people might laugh at me for this, but sometimes, do you ever get those like pick a card, tarot card videos on your like feed? Like, am I the only one who gets those? Because, okay, I got one of those and I was like, you're November. And I think I was feeling so like down in the dumps about October that like, I was like clinging to any kind of hope, okay? Like, I needed some kind of sign. Like, is November gonna be a better month? Can we like, I need like a glimmer of hope here, okay? So this tarot video, and basically it was like saying stuff like, oh, in November you will be more productive and you will like get like your spark back and stuff. And I was like, oh, well, that sounds like really good, like really too good to be true. um I didn't like, I only like half believed it because I feel like you have to go into those things with like a grain of salt. But honestly, this month was pretty productive for me, and I did kind of get my spark back. So that video was kind of right. Like, don't knock it till you try it. You know what I mean? It gave me some hope. Maybe gave me some hope, and it became like a self-fulfilling prophecy. You know what I mean? But anyway, um, I got so busy I forgot to write here. Yeah. So anyway, now we have Merry Christmas, the spread. So in December, okay, we're in December and I somehow don't remember anything about December. Okay, yeah, I'm clearly the right person to be doing hobonichi flip throws. Okay, I feel like, okay, what I meant to say is this month I feel like I wasn't as motivated with filling in the squares, but also it wasn't very eventful. I mean, it was eventful, but it was like nothing new. I saw the Wicked movie. It was really good. The Wicked movie made me really emotional for some reason. It's not like just the subject, it was like the songs, it was like the performance of it all. Like, I'm not sure what's going on there, but it made me cry. Like, the end of the movie with the Defy Gravity, I think it was Defy Gravity. What if it wasn't and people just think that I'm like lying about the movie? Anyway, so I saw Wicked the movie. I was meant to see it with my mom because she likes those kind of like fantasy movies. But I ended up going with my little brother and I wasn't sure if he'd like it, but he actually really did, so that was nice. Like, I don't know, it's like a nice memory to have. But anyway, I saw the Wicked movie. It made me really emotional, especially like the end song. I don't know why, because like I'm not really the type of person to actually cry, so I'm not really sure what was happening there. But yeah, anyway. Um, oh yeah, I also started lots of origami this month, as you can see by these giant bulky origami pieces I stuck in here. This hobonichi is already like really thick. This was a wrapper from my advent calendar. Um, I didn't have one last year, but I did this year, and I thought the wrappers were kind of cute, so I just kind of kept them. I was like, oh, I could use this for something, because I don't want to throw this away. Like, I don't know, this squirrel looks a little goofy and like silly, and I don't know, I really like him. Oh yeah, I also, um, returned to my Tamagotchi era, because basically, I ordered I haven't really been into my Tamagotchi collecting. Some of you might know that, like, I actually collect Tamagotchis and stuff, but I'm not, like, an avid collector. Like, I don't have every single one. I don't, like, collect, like, a bunch of shells. I just kind of have, like, some from childhood and just some that are, like, special to me. Like, I have the Tamagotchi Peas and I think the Wonder Garden on and the Pix, and then, like, some of my childhood shells and, like, connections. So I ended up buying these. I'll actually show them right now. I didn't expect to buy them, to be honest, but, like, I ended up they really just grew on me. I haven't like taken the strip out yet. Here's how it looks. It's just like I got the pink one, and then I wasn't actually interested in the melon soda one all that much, but it kind of grew on me. So there we go. I also got that one. I think they're really cute. I think I'm gonna hand make these charms for them because I really like when Tamagotchis have I really like all my Tamagotchis to have some kind of like charm attached to them because my generation of Tamagotchis, like the first ones I ever owned, were the family connections, which came with those like little charms. I'll probably put something on the screen for this to like show you what I mean, because there's so many Tamagotchis, honestly, and they all, some of them also have charms, but like these were like specific, and I really love that about these. And basically, I don't know, it's just like a thing I have to have. Like, I made a charm for my Wonder Garden as well. Um, I'm thinking of making this like melon soda charm for my like Kuchipachi melon soda charm. One, because I love Kuchipachi, he's so silly, he's been growing on me lately, and also just because I think it'll look cute with like the melon soda theme. Anyway, I'm going like on a tangent again, but yeah, this was Christmas. This month was honestly, it was like full in a nice way. Like, I didn't record everything necessarily about this month, but like I feel like, I don't know, it was just a nice time. Like, I saw a movie, I tried new things, like I learned origami and stuff. And I don't know, that just made me feel like so happy and like fun. Like, something about this month, I don't know, I actually felt really jolly this month. I feel like the past Christmases haven't been so jolly for me. I didn't really feel that festive, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but I just wasn't feeling festive like at all. Like some Christmas years, like the past few years. But this year, I really felt Christmassy. This is the end of the square spreads, so we can now move on to the like more like abstract and scrapbooking kind of. You know what I mean? So, last time we left off was on the Peach Riot blind box. The next page is also a blind box actually. It was this picnic series. I got these two, which I honestly love these. I think I should get more. I really want to, but I got this one, which is actually the one. Well, what do I mean by actually? What am I talking about? I think she's on the cover is my point, because I don't remember, because I know that they come with cards, but I know that I know they come with cards, but there's also like a cover of like the main box, if you will. So I think, yeah, this I got this one. That she's on the cover of the box. She's honestly really cute, and I also love how they have little angel wings. I don't know if all of them do. Oh yeah, I think they all do. It shows them on the drawings. But yeah, she's really cute. I keep her on my my little shelf. Um, I'm just showing her so you can see. She's really adorable. This year, I think I got into blind boxes more in general. I was having a little blind box era, as you can see. That's why I think there's another blind box page right after this. And also, I don't really like to like throw away the packaging because it's really cute. So, yeah. Anyway, and then also the other one I got, I'll also show. She is usually on my D2 speaker. She's blowing bubbles. I love this one because I love bubbles. Like, blowing bubbles, I can explain it. I just love it. I just love her. I think she's so cute. I love the whole like blowing bubbles concept. Like, that's so adorable. I also love like the texture and like the look of it. Like, it's so like translucent. She has little angel wings and she has a little flower crown. Also, she looks like porcelain. She looks like ceramic. They're not actual ceramic, but I don't know. I just love how some of them are like a little like. I just love how some of them are like kind of like have this shiny ceramic look, and then some of them are like more matte, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so that's like that's what this page was about. And then this page, I was feeling really lost about a lot of things. That's pretty much the context of this whole page. Will I find myself? And it's like a girl diving deep underwater. This was in July. Oh, okay, so this is like interesting because like as I said, July wasn't like, I don't remember much about July. July wasn't really eventful. Clearly I wasn't feeling that great at the time, like even based with the timing of this drawing. Like, will I find myself? I think I just felt really lost. I felt very like meh about life, if you will. So yeah, so that makes sense that this was July. I was keeping up with the ocean theme. I think I was really into that vibe at the time as well. So yeah. And then the page after that. Oh, okay. This page is kind of funny. Well, it's not funny, but you know what? I'm leaving. I like considered not leaving this page in because it's kind of boring, but this is about like different kinds of rest. I wrote this down for myself because I was also feeling drained in July, I think. So I was like trying to find like ways like, you know, like maybe I'm not doing this whole thing right. Like this video came up, I think, on my YouTube feed, and it was like the 7 types of rest or something like that. I think it was 7. But anyway, it was like all these different kinds of rest, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna like write this down for myself, because like maybe if I get like too caught up in the hustle and bustle of life, I can just like go back to this and be like, wow, okay, have I been doing any of these? No, I haven't. That's probably why I feel like dirt. Yeah, this page is silly, mostly because next to like we have to me, the way I see this page is like you have all these like breasts, and then you have this crazy looking dog. Like, wow, doesn't he just scream rest to you? Like, this is really resting vibes. I'm gonna zoom in on this. Yeah, he's really restful, as you can see. Well, you know, like, it does say that there's like different kinds of rest. Like, he's having a very happy rest, if you will, maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was inspired by the mini super sticker club style of stickers. Like, oh, drawing. Hold on, let me find what I mean. These I haven't like opened this sticker yet or used it, but do you see what I mean? I was like inspired by the whole eye thing they have going on. So yeah, that's what that page was about. I think I just wanted to try this. Oh, I hit my mic, so you might have heard that. Okay, if you hear any ruffling during this part, it's because my space is a little tight. But anyway, so that's what this page was about. I wrote, I am a little star who doesn't know where she's going. Okay, I was feeling a little lost in July. I was feeling like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I wanted. I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Very evident. Very evident. Okay, anyway. Here we have the Miku page that I was telling you all about. Also, I know we kind of skipped to August. That's because there's some pages that I forgot to fill in, or I just wasn't really proud of them. I'm not sure why this happened. Honestly, if anything, something was amiss in July. So clearly, like, maybe I just didn't commit to this journal back then. I don't know. Something was amiss in July. Something was in the air. It's honestly kind of, we're on theme with that. But anyway, less about July and more about August. This was the little clover spread I was talking about. I have like a drawing idea with this actually. I did the little, it's just like a clover Miku design. I did some like music notes. I did that little like music note Miku. Like the music notes are like her pigtails. But I want to do something more with this concept. But to be honest, I've been like nervous to draw any kind of Miku art because I drew this like okay, kind of a story time. You can like skip ahead. I'll try to like give you a timestamp if you don't really want to hear this, because I think in my last video I kind of went on like some tangents that I could have honestly like provided some timestamps for. However, so basically the story time is that I drew this like drawing. It was like this girl crying, but like the concept is like her pigtails are crying, right? And I'll like show it on the screen or whatever. And I was like, wow, this kind of looks like Miku. And then I later did this other like doodle page of it, which was basically kind of like her, like was the same like character but like with a lifeguard theme, and I guess she kind of looked like Miku. So I should have really thought this through. Like, I think maybe it was like a mistake on my part to assume that people on TikTok would be like sane about it, but like I guess not. I post this on TikTok and I'm like, wow, accidentally made a Miku design. I said accidentally because it was kind of an accident. It was just like, I didn't intend for this to be like a Miku design. It was just like a concept with like, it was just like a crying girl concept, right? But it kind of looked like Miku. So I was like, like accidentally made a Miku design, like haha. Well, big mistake. I upload this on TikTok and I write a whole caption explaining everyone is like either fighting with each other or just mad at me. There's like all these comments. People are like, this looks like Splash Parade Miku. This looks like Splash Parade Miku, like in droves, okay? And like some of them were probably just like being like innocent about it. But then like this whole discourse happens where there's like people arguing about whether it really looks like Splash Parade Miku or not or whatever, and it was just so ridiculous. I ended up muting the comments on that video. never posting about like Miku ever again, seriously. Oh yeah, and then the other comments were just like angry at me that like you weren't the first person to like design a Miku like that. Like that's not your original design. Like there are so many Miku designs out there. Like obviously it's not the most original Miku design, but you know, whatever guys, like you really showed me like you're right. I will not dare to draw another Miku design like that ever in my life again. And be as unassuming as I was back then. Like, I am so sorry. But that was in all honesty, that was like really annoying, and it's kind of why I don't really like to post my art on TikTok. Some of the TikTok people kind of are a bit chronically online, and it just upsets me. But anyway, moving on. Anyway, so after this, I'm actually gonna skip a few pages, and I'm really sorry if that like disappoints some people, but from August onwards, and again, I think in line with what I said about September, this time was kind of difficult for me, and I wasn't committing to this journal as much as I like to, especially through like October. I did feel some things in October, but I think during like the summer period, like August, July, not much. I didn't feel much in this month at all. The next few pages are kind of really personal. Or I just don't really feel proud of them. Some of them will also like contain images from like my life, which I'm not really quite ready to share. Like I took some pictures from my walk, but I don't want to really show that because of like my location and stuff. I don't know if that's like a little too much. You know what I mean? Okay, so this page is kind of ugly. Like I said, in October and like through August, I wasn't really committing to this thing as much as I wanted to. I was kind of just like doing whatever because I just wanted to fill this thing in. Like I didn't want to give up on it, but also I just wasn't really motivated at all. But also, you know, I think it just goes to show that like I think it's a bit realistic, you know, like there's some spreads in this thing that I really really love that I think are great. Like I'm really proud of them and they're cool. But some of them I feel like I could have put more effort into, honestly. Like I don't think they're the best thing in the world, and this is one of them. It's just kind of boring. I think it's kind of ugly. I drew this summer drawing in October. Honestly, these both being like in October makes sense though, because as I said, this was like another really bad month for me. It just kind of sucked. I was tired. I didn't have motivation. I didn't feel like making anything cool in this. However, I think this was the end of October. I don't know because I covered this part off. This I love this spread. This was like an autumn spread. I was like scrapbooking again. I felt a little more motivated. Um I just love everything about this. I love the colors. I love the little mushrooms. Um I also I also made a little page about my Build-A-Bear Choco Cat. I loved him so much, and I had this like piece of paper, and I didn't want to throw it away, like especially this Sanrio one. So I wanted to like put it in here just to like show that like you know I wanted a page dedicated to him. So yeah, so I really like these two pages. I think this is where you can kind of tell I was picking up motivation again to like draw, because I remember I was drawing more during this time, and I was just more motivated in general. So that makes sense. Like it's really interesting how like as I look through this I can see how like my life and my mood and like however I'm feeling at the time like fluctuates. Like you know, although there's pages in this that I don't feel proud of, I think they're realistic. Like they represent me at the time, which I think is also the point of this journal and my committing to it. The point of my commitment, the point of me having this like whole thing for like a year, it wasn't to make all of the pages pretty. Like yes, it's a really expensive planner, and like I guess sometimes there is like this kind of pressure to make it look really nice, but it was also just to like it didn't have to be pretty. The whole point is to actually commit to this thing and just have something to look back on, something from like this year that I can just have, and hopefully like the following years. So this was the whole point, you know. Anyway, small tangent, but like anyway. Okay, so now we're on the Halloween spread. So this is my Halloween page, 31st of October. I love this page. It's really simple, but the reason I love this page is because it's more of like a memory page. This is where I took a better picture of like I printed out a picture of my makeup because I didn't want to use the actual Polaroid. I did use this failed Polaroid for this like spooky vibe because it kind of looked like a little ghost face thing. It's just like a Polaroid that didn't really work out, but I used this one. because I didn't have anything else to use it for, and I thought it was like fitting. It just looks like a little phantom. And this is a picture of me on that day. But yeah, this is actually, I'm gonna show this Polaroid in a minute, but this is actually from like a Polaroid my dad took of me, which turned out really, really cool. I don't think my actual costume was that exciting. Like, obviously the focus is more the makeup. I was kind of going for like a moth vibe, but not really. I think, well, I didn't have much costume stuff, so you know, obviously I couldn't like do an actual moth, but there's actually small antenna in this, like wire antennas, and I had this like wig that I didn't really use much. And then this is me and my little brother. He went him and his friends went trick or treating as an old person. Which I guess, like, fair enough, you know, like boomers are scary nowadays, I guess. So that was really funny. But we also have this Polaroid together. They're both from Polaroids, these two pictures, but I didn't want to use like the actual Polaroids in this, so I just have these two like printables. I printed them on this glossy paper to have like uh photo finish. Anyway, I'll show the actual Polaroid because I was really proud of my makeup that day and I had so much fun doing it. Let me actually find it though, because I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go. So this is the Polaroid. I'm gonna like zoom into this. This is what it looked like. I think I also showed it on my story. Yeah. So this was just like my Halloween look. This is what I did. The point was to have like an illusion that like I have like dark eyes naturally, so the point was to like have this illusion, if that makes sense. But I didn't have like black lenses. I do feel like it would have been much more effective if I had like black lenses, but unfortunately it didn't. So you know, that's just kind of. I still think it came out really good. This is like my favorite picture of myself. I also just really enjoyed like being a creature. Like, I don't know, I was really feeling myself that way that day. Anyway. Okay, and then let me zoom out. And then here, well, I just wrote about what I did that day. I spent my Halloween in fun makeup, got tipsy, and ate cream cheese bagels. Then I went to sleep. Yeah. Okay, because like I said, I don't do much on Halloween. There's nothing happening where I live, and I don't know, I just wasn't doing anything that day. That's usually how I celebrate. I just do my makeup, dress up, and call it a day. But I was gonna, like, watch a horror movie and, like, do some, like, spooky art. But I think I just ended up really tired. And I ended up not doing it. I ended up going to sleep. I still want to do the idea that I had for like a post for that day, because I announced it on my story. I think I was like, I'm gonna like draw something, make a little animation thing. I didn't because I was like so tired, which I'm really sorry about. But I still want to do it at some point, so it'll come. I just don't know when, because it's like kind of like a idea that has like several slides to it, and it's like an animation. It's based on like Dream People. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, yeah, so moving on now. So for this page, this was around November, which goes in theme with like the square spread that I was showing you for like November. I was really inspired around this time though. I was drawing a lot in my sketchbook. People who follow me on Instagram, because that's where I post like mainly my art and stuff, you will recognize this idea. This is what inspired this one drawing that I had. I'm gonna like put the scan of it on the screen because I scanned it and stuff. I'll just like put it in at some point here. But it inspired me. I had this idea. Basically, it was like, on autopilot, try powering off. And it's kind of like a dark drawing with a dark implication, but it's just like a drawing that it's about like feeling on autopilot, and also like feeling like I don't have any control of my life, and how like if you go through life feeling that way for too long, it kind of like, in my experience, when I felt that way, life started feeling kind of hopeless in a really, really bad way, and it took me to like a really dark place. But that drawing is also kind of up to interpretation. Like, if you interpret it differently, that's fine. But that drawing, I really love that drawing. I think it's like my favorite drawing that I did recently. I was just feeling really inspired, and that's what it's more or less about. You heard it here. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about this spread. It was mostly scrapbooking. I try to save all the packaging I have, instead of throwing it away, especially if it has like a little drawing or whatever. And so that's what I was using this page for. It's similar to the November spread, like I said. And then this continues with that page. I didn't really know what to put here. My motivation with this journal, like I said, kind of fluctuates towards the end of the year. I feel like I'm just ready for the next year, honestly. But also, again, I feel like it was like a mix of like being pretty like tired and drained for other reasons, mental or physical. Like during like October to like from like August to October, I mean. And then like towards the end of the year, I was like pretty busy, like especially in November with like my shop update. So here we just have like, I didn't know what to use this for, so I just put it in here. A little boring, I know, but you know, that's what it is. This okay. This page, this isn't just a page. This is a page with a with a backstory. So the context to this, well, I wrote it in here. But basically, I went to the store and I saw this little guy, this Fugler guy, and there was only one of him. And I have this thing where when I see something really ugly, or like just something really like, I don't know, it doesn't always have to be ugly in my opinion, because like I don't think this guy is ugly, but maybe I'm just feeling really defensive because a lot of my friends call him ugly and that makes me like really sad. I have this thing where I feel like a strong maternal instinct for things sometimes, like this extreme empathy for like these like physical objects, that like inanimate objects, right? And I like have to buy them or else I will be like so sad. And this is exactly what happened with this thing. I was at the store, I saw him, I picked him up, I looked at him, and a connection was made. I could not go home without buying him. So I did. And this page is the result of that. I don't really know what else to say. I wrote my little freak, and I wrote so ugly, and then scored it out because I felt mean. And then I wrote so cute with a heart. And then, yeah, I saw this thing at the store and felt such intense empathy and maternal instinct. I had to go buy it or else I was gonna cry. This really sums up the whole page. I have nothing else to say. This is exactly what happened. Oh yeah, okay. This page is also a little boring. As I just explained, I was kind of like, my motivation was like fluctuating. I gave myself, I don't know, I actually don't remember if it was exactly around this time or if it was like me filling the pages in, but this is where I gave myself that ugly bob. I gave myself a bob. I printed this image of my remains of my hair, and then I put some beautiful nature pictures here. So at first glance, this page doesn't mean anything, but you know, I think maybe there's a hidden meaning here that instead of giving yourself a bob involuntarily and impulsively, well, what do I mean by involuntarily? That was like completely voluntary. I chose to do that. What am I talking about? Anyway, touch grass before you make such decisions. Anyway, then this page was things I love lately. I was feeling really sad when I wrote this. I was like, I need to journal about something positive like right now. So I went into this journal, into this planner, and I was like, things I love lately. So this is just like things that I really enjoyed. I'm gonna list them really quickly. Jenny01's music, Pestka and Grusha, my OCs. I made a little video about them if you want to watch it. Well, I'm drawing them and I like to talk about them, but anyway. Drawing again, dot more. My newfound confidence. So inspirational. Polka dots and music notes. Fields of Mystria. Fields of Mystria is in early access right now, so it's not like complete yet, like it's still getting updates, but it's a pretty good game for early access, so, and I've been loving it. So basically I'm explaining this to tell you that you should definitely give it a try and like support the creators of it. Like, it's a pretty good game. And I don't like when people are like, okay, side note, like, I don't like when people are like, oh, it's just another Stardew Valley. Well, it's not like Stardew Valley, okay? Like, it's actually really good, and I actually really like it, and even if it's like Stardew Valley, like, so what? Like, it has its own charm to it, and I don't care. But anyway. Walking through the forest. We're on the Merry Christmas page. So this is the page I made out of the advent calendar wrappers. If I'm honest, I think this page is crazy as hell. Um, you can, I don't know what's going on here. It reminds me of those blingy edits, but also those like edits middle-aged women on Facebook do, like when they like do filters, like, you know, they have all the flowers. I can't exactly explain it, but if you know what I mean, then you know what I mean. Like someone's auntie would send you a like picture like this for Christmas. You know what I mean? This page is pretty self-explanatory. We're feeling really festive. This is from the Build-A-Bear leaflet I got with the like chocolate cat plush. And then I wrote, Holly Jolly Christmas. Yeah. So we're getting into origami now. And I tried to make an origami monkey for the first time. Some people saw this on my story on like my side account where I post like doodles. But basically this was like the first attempt and this was like the second attempt, which turned out significantly better. As you can see, like this, I don't know, just decide for yourself honestly what you think of this. But anyway, but I made like a joke of this where basically I stuck this here and stuck this one here, like before, after, and I suspect a buccal fat is it buccal or buckle? I suspect buccal fat removal, rhinoplasty, jaw reconstruction, and maybe a BBL? I don't know, this is really stupid. I just wanted to have a little fun. I don't know what happened. This just came to me in a vision. I wanted to do this in my hobonichi. I thought this was so stupid and I don't know. And then here I stuck these two oranges. Okay, I found this orange picture and I really, really loved it, like so much. Like I'm obsessed with this picture. So I made it into a sticker and I put it on here. And this is really for no reason. Like I don't know why I did that. I just put that here for no reason. But I put to find love like this. To find love like this, exactly. Wishing love like this for everyone who watches this video, honestly. Okay, and then this is actually the final page. So this is the Christmas page. Now, is it the most exciting page in the world? No. I feel like I was kind of lacking drawings towards the end of the year in my hobonichi, to be honest, but this was me on Christmas. I really liked my makeup, so this was just me being a Christmas diva. And then I put a picture of like this bigger rabbit that I made and these like stars, because I got these like long strips to like make stars with as well. Again, my origami like obsession continued. I think it's so fun, by the way. If you haven't tried it, I really recommend it. I find it so fun. But anyway, and then I obviously, because this video is coming out after I did my 2025 setup, so I included pictures of like my my new hobonichi weeks that I'm gonna be using for 2025. So yeah, so this is just like an end of year page. It's just like, you know, this is it, you know, this is Merry Christmas, this was me on Christmas. Yeah, this spread is a little crazy, but yeah, this is what it is. And yeah, I was just feeling really cute, really fun. And that's the end, pretty much. So this next page, so far, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be adding anything else here. I might be writing my New Year's resolutions on this page, but I don't really do that until like January, or like actually New Year's Eve itself. It's just kind of how I do things. But I actually ended up using the Life is Present leaflet. I didn't know what to use it for, but I found it really impactful if like to put it on this very last page with like nothing else around it. And the reason that I chose to do this is because I think this year, like, I think it's just really straightforward. Like, it says life is present, and I think this year I really did learn more about being present in my life, if that makes sense. And it's not like just this hobonichi and me just like blabbering about like nonsense. Like, this year I really like, I feel like I changed a lot as a person. All of the losses that I experienced this year, like I talked about like my friendship loss in the last video, all of those things really changed me and like how I view things in like on a like a really grand level. And like there was a lot of like painful moments for me this year, but also really meaningful moments. I feel like I really learned a lot about myself this year in a way that I haven't before. And that's not to say like all the other years in my life don't matter, obviously, like they brought me to where I am. But I don't know, I just feel like I never would have thought that I'd actually end up committing to something like this, like for a whole year. When I bought this, I was honestly really worried. The fact that I actually stuck to this thing and like recorded my life regularly, I think to me that shows me that I have changed because I was never like that kind of person. And just like this says, I feel like I really did learn to be more present in my life. I spent a lot of more time offline. I spent more time outside. And I plan to continue doing that. I think although I haven't written my resolutions for this for 2025 yet, I think one of the biggest things that I want to continue doing is honestly being offline more, which I know is really ironic to say because in a way my career and like everything I'm doing is kind of on social media. Like I'm an artist, you know, I post video for you guys, but I it is also for fun, you know, like it's not like all just like work and like no play, obviously, but when you're in this position, it kind of puts you in like it's hard to balance is what I'm trying to say. Like it's really difficult to balance being on social media in the right amount and also balancing not being on it. And honestly, I could make like a whole separate video on like my take on social media and how it actually affected my art and how I think it affects artists and how I actually think that it's not always a good thing. Like, and this actually applies to Pinterest and like inspiration stuff. But anyway, so that's the note that I will be leaving this video on. Thank you so much to everyone who has taken the time to watch this, especially up to this point. It is another long video, just like my last one. Um, so, you know, I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me that someone would sit through me talking about my life and just have like a little journal like this. But yeah, I wish everyone a really happy 2025, full of like happiness, health, and love. And really just thank you so much for being here. And I'll see you next year, probably. Bye.